Alright, so today we're going to be talking about Hu Tao. Now, Hu Tao's been out for a very long time when it comes to how long this game has been out. And we're going to be wondering and talking about in this video, as you can see from the thumbnail and the title, is she still worth it? Does Hu Tao still stand the test of time? Now, this is something that a lot of people want to know because her rerun banner is coming up alongside with Yelan. And with both of them coming out, they got to figure out who's the better, investment in primo gems and what should they get for their weapon, constellations, all that type of stuff. And we're going to be going over all of that today. Now, talking about Hu Tao, she is a main DPS. She is a pyro infused normal attack / charge attack DPS, and she fights for the same role as a lot of other characters, like Zhao, Alhaitham, Ganyu, Ayaka, all of these type of characters that are tier 0 DPSs. And basically she's one of the different flavors of DPS that throw in this game. Now for Hu Tao, her boss melting is absolutely crazy. She is one of the best characters when it comes to DPS with her her charge attacks doing 70, 100k, 50k, whatever. The people have been investing in her since time started, and she's absolutely a boss melter. She is nothing short of that. She will get bosses done so quick before you can even notice it. You have no idea how nasty she is when it comes to her DPS. Now, going to Hu Tao's form of DPS between her boss melting, she does suffer in another area, which of course is overworld / a bunch of mobs running around. She has to chase down each and every single one of them because she doesn't really have a lot of AoE. Her ult does have AoE potential because it is a big side swipe basically with her ghost. And with that, it's just a one-time use. It's not really going to help you all the way, although her burst does hit for a really big amount. You're not going to be able to do this for, let's say, Spiral Abyss when waves keep on coming. You're going to have to wait till her burst is back up to be able to do another big AoE hit. Rather, her main source of DPS is just her charge attack, just her normal attack, so she's only going to be hitting one person at a time, so that's her con. But if you're only using her for boss melting, then you know what, that is perfect. She is absolutely amazing in that department, and she will get the job done. Now, speaking about Hu Tao as well, let's go ahead and talk about her teams, because that's a big portion of what Hu Tao is. And with your account, you want to know what characters are going to make your account better, what characters are going to make your account more fun, who's going to be able to synergize with Hu Tao if you're going to be investing into her. So Hu Tao only has really one major team, and that is Pyro, Double Hydro, and a Shielder. Now the Shielder could be anybody. It could be Zhongli, Diona, if you really want to, Toma, but I don't know. It's whatever. A Shielder is really recommended for Hu Tao because she does have to stay under 50% health when it comes to her buff that she gets after she goes under 50% health. She gets an attack buff, and same goes for the Staff of Homa. She gets an attack buff after going down a certain amount of HP. So when you're playing with Hu Tao, you want to run Double Hydro, a Shielder, and her herself as a Pyro. And the reason you want to run Double Hydro is because she does get resonance from that, and the resonance is increased max HP by 25%. And as you may know, Hu Tao is an HP scaling character, so she does convert a bunch of her HP into attack, and that's what makes her do a lot of damage. Although she does lose a lot of that health because of the skill, and you're gonna be popping the skill multiple times throughout, Spiral Abyss or in the overworld, you're gonna end up with low health. That's why you really do need a Shielder. Somebody like Diona C6 or Diona period really does help because she does have a healing ult, and it'll help you get your health up by a little bit. But Zhongli is pretty much preferred because you can keep her at 1 health, and you can almost reliably make sure that Zhongli is gonna 100% keep you alive with how almost impenetrable his shield is. So you do need a Shielder for Hu Tao basically. And then the Double Hydra, like I said, gives max HP, and Yelan and Xingqiu are the two best partners for her, especially standalone. Yelan or Xingqiu, they are absolutely amazing with Hu Tao. Both of them together, it's almost 100% uptime on the Hydro, I can say, application. You could pop Yelan first, then you could pop Xingqiu, or you could pop Xingqiu first and Yelan. Or if you want to get some really high damage, you just go ahead and use both of them at the exact same time and have Hu Tao vape, non-stop with her charge attacks, because every single time she charge attacks, she gets vape because it matches up with Xingqiu's and Yelan's water application. Now this is the con as well, that although Hu Tao is subjected to this one team, and yes, she does have small other variations like a melt team with Ayaka using her burst, and Hu Tao does her stuff while that's happening, but it's very premium, very niche. There are other kind of forms of her teams, but this is the very best one that you can expect to make. She does have, you can switch out Xingqiu or Yelan, and put in Mona, because you can use Mona and then you can use Hu Tao's burst, and it does really big numbers because of, Mona's helping with reactions, Mona's damage boosting. It's going to help a lot when it comes to helping Hu Tao get some more damage in. So you do want to run that double hydro. That is also one of her cons. There's not really a lot of flexibility with Hu Tao because she relies so much on reactions. Xingqiu and Yulong's ult pretty much have to be up to be able to help Hu Tao do large amounts of damage. So that is the one con, although it doesn't matter because Xingqiu is relatively easy to get, especially now with the Lantern Rite event where you get to pick a character. You can easily pick up Xingqiu from that event and use her with Hu Tao, use him with Hu Tao if that's what you really want. And other than that, that's pretty much it for her team. She doesn't really have a lot of combinations, especially with them updating a Hydro Resonance and giving max HP. This is her very best team because it gives her so much extra HP and it helps a lot with her attack. Other than that, Hu Tao has her weapons. She does have a plethora of weapons that she can use, Staff of Homa being her #1 best. You can also use the Primordial Jade Wing Spear. You could use the, what is it called? The Lithic Spear. That helps a lot as well. The one with the leeway centered passive. You can use the Deathmatch. You can use the Dragon's Bane. You can use, there's so many different weapons that you can put on Hu Tao. It's really, really good because a lot of people have a lot of different options. You got the Black Cliff Pole as well. There's a lot of different, I guess you could say, weapons that you can use on Hu Tao, and it's really good because one of these weapons you're going to end up having, especially if you summon on the weapon banner like once or twice, or you get lucky during your character summons, you're going to have at least one of these weapons. Especially if you spent one battle pass, you have the Deathmatch. You can buy the Black Cliff Pole with Star Glitter. There's a lot of different options, a lot of different ways to obtain these weapons that go well with Hu Tao. And Staff of Homa is pretty much going to be the #1 best bet, and is also a big overall account booster because of how universal the actual weapon is. And we'll get to what's more worth in a second when it comes to Staff of Homa, or what we're about to talk about, Constellation, which is basically another big investment point for Hu Tao. C1 Hu Tao is almost, let's say, necessary in order to be able to have a very smooth, fun experience with Hu Tao. Now, I'm not saying she's not fun with C1, but she does suffer from a lot of stamina consumption. This comes from her animation canceling. If you don't want to, use the jumping variation of it, using the sprint animation canceling, you do have to use charge attacks as well, so that you're able to, do those big numbers of damage, and that consumes a lot of stamina. And you also have to do, run around to the enemies, make sure that you're hitting them, getting close to them before you charge attack. So yeah, all of these are going to mess up your stamina, and it's by far going to be one of the most annoying things in the world. But C1 helps that a lot. You're going to get a lot more DPS, a big DPS increase, and overall less stamina consumption because you won't be charged on the charge attacks when it comes to stamina consumption. So this helps a lot. This helps you do more charge attacks in before you run out, before you're sitting there like a sitting duck with your skill. And by the time your skill comes back up, or is coming back up, you can just apply the buffs that you need and then go back to Hu Tao, and you'll be fine. So yeah, if you were really wanting to run Hu Tao in this day and age, pretty much to keep up with other DPSs by a good margin, and you want to have fun and have a smooth experience with Hu Tao, C1 is almost preferably needed. I'm not trying to force anyone to get C1 Hu Tao, but yes, C1 Hu Tao does make the hugest of differences, and I literally cannot stress this enough. I'm not over exaggerating on how beneficial it is to get C1 Hu Tao. It's just overall makes her gameplay a lot more fun. She's a lot more usable when she has this constellation. Another thing to talk about is which one should I get, C1 or Homa? If you're wanting to play with Hu Tao, if you have a good weapon already of the ones I've already listed, like the Deathmatch, Black Cliff Pole, Lithic Spear, Dragon's Bane, all those type of weapons, if you have one of them and you want to primarily play with Hu Tao, like that is going to be your #1 main, that's going to be the person you use forever, all that type of stuff, then you should probably invest in C1 Hu Tao. Now, if you want to invest in Hu Tao, but you want a more universal option, something that you can help the value of your account, help you get some weapons for your, basically for other characters that are polearm users, because the Staff of Homa is that universal, then you should probably go for the Staff of Homa. And I would honestly say that that's a more value for your Primo Gems type deal, because not only can you put this on any other character like Zhongli, you can put it on Xiangling, you can put it on Raiden, you can put it on so many different characters. Staff of Homa literally works on everybody. This is a more universal option. It's something you should invest in if you want a more universal option when it comes to which should I invest in to make, you know, my account better, make my Hu Tao better. It would be the Staff of Homa. If you're solely going for the gratification of using Hu Tao and playing with Hu Tao for the most part, then you're gonna want to run for C1 Hu Tao, because C1 Hu Tao makes this so much better to play with her, and it's super fun to play. Hu Tao does rely on burst from her teammates. She needs high elemental mastery. She needs high crit rate, crit damage. She is a high investment character, and you're gonna have to invest in other teammates to make her shine super bright. And when she does shine super bright, it's gonna show. So yes, you will have to put in the effort and the work to get her to work, but when you do get that chance, you're gonna see these bosses melt like there's no tomorrow. She does very well in Spiral Abyss. She does very well in boss melting. She only suffers when it comes to chasing down enemies, when there's mobs of enemies or waves of enemies. And other than that, her stamina consumption is a problem as well, but with C1 Hu Tao, it's almost non-existent. So yes, that is a big con for her, but that's also a big plus that she's just that strong that they have to, you know, I guess you could say balance her in that aspect. But other than that, Hu Tao in this day and age, is she still worth it? I do still say yes, she is still worth it. Xingqiu and Yelan are very viable options, especially Xingqiu being as old as he is. There's a lot of different options to get them, either from an event like we have right now. You can get them from the Star Glitter shop. You can get them from the, you know, your summons whenever he comes back, which is going to be on her banner. There's a lot of different ways to get her Xingqiu, and Xingqiu hits like a truck. So having Xingqiu and then having Hu Tao, you're going to have a blast playing with Hu Tao. But yes, Hu Tao is still worth it today. There's stronger DPS options out there that rival Hu Tao, like Ayaka, like Yu, like Al-Haytham, the newcomer. He's absolutely amazing. The other two are absolutely amazing as well. Ayaka being one to get a rerun very soon. But if you think Hu Tao's your playstyle, if you think Hu Tao looks fun, I do 100% say she's worth the investment, because she's just that strong. She will always be this strong because of how good her relationship is with Hydro. And we never know, there might be some crazy new artifacts for Hu Tao in the future. There might be some crazy Hydro characters that come in the future that make Hu Tao even stronger, and that's just overall going to be a big buff to her. So I don't see her being thrown out into the bench anytime soon. She's still a very strong character, but she has just a unique playstyle and high investment when it comes to making her very good and having her teammates ready for her to use. So other than that, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video all the way to the end. See y'all in the next one, and peace.